Hi, I'm David Lyttle. I'm the Musician-in-Residence at the Nerve Centre for 2015.
I'm Martin McGill. I'm the Music Programme Manager at the Nerve Centre. At the very outset, before we even came to pick David as musician-in-residence, I was asked to put together a sort of a wish list as to what sort of person or profile I'd want for the musician-in-residence. It was certainly a wish list, but it was one that David fulfilled and actually surpassed. And some of his qualities have allowed us to do other things than what we actually had initially thought that he would be doing when he was here.
Whenever I heard about the post coming up, first thing I thought of was this is an opportunity to be doing the stuff that I've really been enjoying doing for the past year. I just finished an album, so last year was recording that, and I heard about this in January of this year. I just kind of instantly thought, well, this is it's almost like going into that process again. So that was the first thing I thought of. And then whenever I looked into it some more, seeing that it was very much about collaborations across genres, and then just being aware of the talent in the city and the different types of people that there are here making music, it seemed like a fantastic opportunity for me to be creating on a regular basis.
I collaborated with on a track with David. It was a couple of months ago now. I was a bit scared going into the process because I don't usually write with other people. I'll be quite protective about my own stuff, but within 5 minutes, his attitude and his approach to making music just made me feel comfortable straight away. It was a really natural, sort of organic experience to go through, and I would rush into the opportunity to do it again.
I really liked this song. I think it was really interesting getting to collaborate with somebody completely different from myself, seeing as he's a jazz musician and I usually do a lot of acoustic stuff, and yeah, it was really cool because he's an amazing composer. He knows his stuff.
It's been great having David here this year on a couple of different levels, really. The fact that he is from Northern Ireland and he's accessible really easily. It's give the people that he's been collaborating with a real chance to spend good quality time with him, both composing and just spending time getting to know him and hanging out and listening to music. And a lot of friendships have actually started to evolve over the process, so it's great in that way. And people can see that it's someone from here. He's a self-starter and he's getting recognised on an international scale, with the likes of the MOBO nomination and the Urban Music Awards. It's real kind of inspiration, showing someone from here who's doing it for themselves and getting that kind of recognition. So it's a real kind of inspiration for the young people he's working with.
I came across David in a kind of strange manner. I was up in Derry, just done my theory test for the third or fourth time, 34 years old, and passed it this time. Popped in the Nerve Centre to see my good friend Marty McGill, to see what was going on, things just I always like to pop in when I'm in the city, and he was telling me about the new Musician-in-Residence, and he was very enthused about it. And I'd heard David's name a good few times, and Marty said, and I quote, "You want to hear him? He can make the drums sing." And I do remember thinking, I know this boy's good, but that's surely an exaggeration, But then anyway, a couple of weeks later, after Marty had introduced us through email and we emailed back and forth, a little while later I was up in his studio. We talked about the song that I wanted to record with him, and I was like, okay, I'm going to try a couple of things. He played, and it was the first time I heard him play, and I left the studio that day and was walking around telling everyone, he makes the drums sing, you want to hear him, it's unreal.
So I would come up to David with a chord sequence or a few chords, and then he'd put a melody and maybe structure the song, help me structure the song, and in a way that people would like it.
Oh, definitely. It's given me more confidence working with strange people, because it was a bit daunting to start having to go in and work with a completely strange person, with strange ideas, and I think it has taught me quite a lot about writing with other people.
We wanted someone who was a creative collaborator, someone who had basically a track record of working with other people, someone who is a high quality musician, a songwriter, someone who could write lyrics, a multi-instrumentalist. And in addition to that, David obviously has his own label. He has an experience of doing everything himself. He's a DIY musician, basically embodies everything DIY, so that made him the perfect choice to be our musician in residence.
Another thing that we've been doing a lot was just hanging out. So I'd just come up and I'd bring a few records and then he'd put a few records on. We just listen to jazz, lots of jazz.
We had a lot of fun recording the album, like or recording that song. Like we generally laughed a lot. We probably laughed more than we played music, you know. And then like a couple of days later, I was listening to it. I was just like, this is really great. And I had all these songs that, you know, I had a couple of songs that for a while, you know, again didn't really suit, like the last verse, chorus, verse record. But there were songs I didn't want to lose and ones that I enjoyed playing live acoustically and things like that. So I kind of just phoned David and was like, how do you feel about recording an album just as kind of loosely as we did that last track? And immediately he was like, yeah, like we could just do it like really. Our original idea was to do it just in 2 microphones and like have them hard panned left and right, like the kind of like original stereo records, things like that. But we kind of forgot that, but we stuck to the 2 microphone idea of just keeping it as simple as possible, as stripped down, as bare as possible, no auto tuning, like just like no editing and things like that. It's just relying on the chemistry and the performance of the 2 of us.
I think the outcome of the project is changing very slightly because it's quite a diverse project and there's so many people involved, from rock. There's an up-and-coming rock band. There's a couple of very talented singer-songwriters. There's a young jazz musician. There's a rapper. So many different people. So we're trying to bring them all together. I think ultimately, obviously, this is mostly a recording project. The whole thing, ultimately, you know, documenting that for a start in the form of a compilation album. But I think the general outcome for me, I suppose, is more to, you know, finish this in a year's time, and to, you know, for people to actually, you know, still be playing these songs, for people to be influenced by the collaborations that we've done, and people to have heard the collaborations as well, because it's very nice up here, but we want these songs to be on radio, we want these songs to be getting performed, you know, getting recorded, maybe getting recorded by other artists. So I think that's more the legacy of it, is that these songs take on a life of their own.
Press my back up.